you do a sound check?
You all sound good.
No, that's not your sound check. You're all good.
Yeah, you've been talking and
You're
I've been
live
listening.
mixing.
All right.
Oh, late show fun facts.
It's been a while, but here we go.
No.
And I'm just gonna read the first one I see, and that'll be it. All right. So this will be very fascinating.
As he tries to flip the page while he's already in there.
Well, it wasn't. There's sections of this book. Not all of them are fun facts. So these fun facts are brought to you by the Federal Bureau of Miscellaneous Information. There's facts about that in this book, but no one cares about that. So I'm not going to read those. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know if anyone cares about any of this, to be honest.
Fun fact: Duran Duran got its name due to a typographical error.
You can close.
Actually,
that
here's a real fun fact. This one's actually real. Duran Duran got its name from Barbarella, starring Jane Fonda, the old '60s sci-fi that
you showed us
I forced Matt to watch. There's the bad guy in that movie. His name is Durand, and they got their name Duran from that. So there you go. That's a real fun fact. According to the FAA, God is not licensed to be a co-pilot. There you go. There's your fun facts.
Jesus Christ!
Come on, man, that was really good.
Welcome to Day One Patch Podcast, episode 171.
It's different if you're watching an old geezer behind a desk do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain delivery, certain finesse about it.
Who is like famous for making bad jokes?
Yeah.
So that was his whole shtick.
He had great interview skills. Like he could always make even like the dullest of interviews entertaining, and just like even like he just like blatantly made fun of just like other when the whole Joaquin Phoenix thing when he's like all grubbed out and people thought he was just like all fucked up, and just at the end of the David Letterman interview he just turns him, he's like, sorry couldn't be here tonight, just like walks him off stage.
Yeah. All right, this is Day One Patch Podcast. I'm Ryan Johnson, your host. That's Adriano Petty.
Hey.
Matt Lawrence on his phone,
Greetings.
texting away.
Yeah.
Who you texting, Matt?
All my biddies.
Ah, I see. How they doing? They doing all right?
Yeah.
They get that. They go to the doctor and check that.
I was actually sending a work email.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have any details. Like,
I'm trying to call you out on it.
get your hand out of here.
Fuck off, man. I was here first. Jesus Christ.
It's 2017, gentlemen. It's okay to touch hands.
No, it's not hands. My elbow.
I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with him telling me that I can't put it there.
No,
I don't care. He can put it there and we'll hold hands. I don't care. But when he tells me that I can't put it there,
your hand's too close to me, so I can't do that. It's my elbow that's touching your hand. I'd have to sit like this. Like,
Why do both your arms need to be up there?
I don't know.
My arms are like on this.
Okay, top stories for this week. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was announced, and we got a trailer, a full-length trailer, opposed to that leaked one that leaked like a couple weeks before. We'll be talking about Battlefront 2. Nintendo has officially discontinued the NES Classic globally.
I'm so mad.
The Nintendo Switch is also the fastest-selling console in Nintendo's history. Remedy, who was famous for the Alan Wake and Quantum Break games, are bringing a new title to PS4 for its next-gen title. And Ubisoft has opened 2 new studios who are going to be working on unannounced AAA projects. So we'll be prodding Aaron about that one. What's new, guys?
Who's going first?
Matt Lawrence.
You already opened your mouth, so go.
Actually, Matt, you got some big news.
Yeah,
you have joined the 21st century.
I've joined the 21st century, and we now have internet. We now have good internet. Been using AOL.
You're
back in Canada, I hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've been using AOL.
He's been using
famous for the 90s.
Well, I was going to say is way back in the 90s, we had AOL like dial-up, and then we upgraded because they upgraded too, right? So we upgraded to AOL for broadband, and we just never upgraded after that. So it was 5 meg down.
How long did you have that 5 meg down for?
Forever, like since then, which was
since they first switched to broadband.
Since they I'm pretty sure. I was pretty young when we did it. I was in grade 8, but I think that was their only speed. So it would have been the same year the 360 got launched.
What's funny is that was the only speed that Bell offered me for a good 5 years.
Yeah, so like that. Well, that's kind of like the standard DSL. But anyways,
which is okay if if it's just you, really.
It's okay, but what I've learned is, so with this new internet, it's cable now. So before it was DSL. And we were actually going to because we have a Bell home phone and then like AOL coming into the house. And what we were going to do is we were going to just keep that, like not keep the AOL, but keep the home phone line. We were gonna get just DSL and get 25. But I was like, it was suggested to me to get cable, and we've never had cable in the house, so I had to get like a cable routed into the house. And it, like, I don't know whether the faster speed, like the 25 DSL, would have worked a lot better. But like I was saying today, like I was uploading a bunch of our videos, and that used to kill the house. First of all, it would kill it for hours. It was just slow, but it would also just like kill the house. Like no one else could use the internet because it would be so utterly slow. I was uploading multiple videos and downloading stuff and using the internet like crazy. And Netflix was running in another room, and it was no hiccup or anything. So we have 60 down now and 10 up from the 5.6.
That's amazing.
Whoa. So and we get that solid too. With the exception of Wi-Fi, just because my wireless card and my router is kind of bad. Or not bad, it's just old. It's 5-6 years old. But if you're wired in, you get exactly 60 and 10. So
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So good times at the Lawrence house.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If there's any Americans listening to this, to be like, please.
Or anyone in the city.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is
250 down, 250 up.
But well, like that's fine if you're like trying to download like a massive file. But a lot of the time, the sending server, even with the 60 down, it's not being maxed. Like whoever's like hosting the content, whether it's a Steam game or whatever, I've never maxed it out. So
I wonder what that would be like though. Let's say there was a server that was pushing out at 60.
I think because when you get 60 meg down, I don't think it's megabits. You have to do like a calculation to figure out how fast it'll download.
Well, wait, I thought it was megabits, but it's not. Megabits and megabytes are different things.
Absolutely. So how I understand it is like, so for example, with AOL Canada, we had 5 Mbps, which I'm pretty sure stands for megabytes per second. But you have to determine how fast you can download a file, you have to do megabits per second. So you have to do a conversion. So it converts to approximately, I think it's like 600 and something
megabits
kilobits per
less.
second.
Megabits is less than megabytes.
Correct.
So if you have
megabits is a measure of speed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you have 5 megabits per second, that doesn't mean you get 5 megabytes every second.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Which I think a lot of people think is what's happening.
That's it. You have to do like a proper calculation.
Yeah.
Obviously, as far as I understand it, they're doing that because that's obviously going to make you think you're getting more. Like, oh, I'm getting 60.
But
I'm not
it's
getting,
also the technical thing that's happening, though.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. But, I mean, especially at this speed, like, no one's going to complain.
Right.
So.
All right.
Hell yeah.
And I suggested we watch E3 at your house.
Yeah.
Instead of mine, we were risking. I'm amazed we got through it last year.
Got through pretty good.
That was impressive. And remember how good the Bethesda conference looked?
For some reason.
Just streaming in 4K somehow.
Yeah.
But anyway, Adriano, anything new at the Petty house?
No. No, just we'll cover it later, but not having an NES Classic. That's about it.
You're gonna hate me for this, and it's gonna add to your rant, but it's your fault.
No.
To
You're
an extent,
no.
fault.
I absolutely agree with you.
You do agree with me.
I absolutely agree with you, but we'll talk about that later. Other than that,
Gotta check off that argument. I won that one.
There's a big void in your house. Is that what you're saying?
huh?
Do you desperately want it?
Yes.
How badly do you want it?
I desperately.
Then you need to
want
buy the ones that are online.
No, it's
We'll
not.
get to that at
Yeah,
the fucking
okay.
thing, but
Whoa,
no, just
come on.
just playing some Overwatch. I still have to fucking finish the WoW 20 levels. I'm level 18.
You should. I got through that in like a.
I know, but
like
I
4
haven't,
days.
I haven't had a chance. I haven't gone back to it.
4
though.
days worth of playing.
I know, but I work 5 days a week. So then I come home and I'm tired and I take a nap, and then I wake up and I wake up from my nap to go to bed to go back to work. So
Wait a second here. I have a question about that. So you work 8 hours now, but
I'm out of the house for like 9 and a half.
okay, but you used to work like 12 hours, right? Like
What do you
remember when
mean?
you were doing that film school, which was like the second level or whatever it was, and it was like basically like working, right? You were have to do production and stuff like that. That was like 12 plus hours a day. Mm-hmm. So could you just by not taking that nap is what I mean? Could you force yourself to, over time, not be tired after work so that you could just
I could
go?
I could eventually condition myself.
That's what I'm saying.
The problem is though, I'm so used to it, and if I sit somewhere long enough, I will fall asleep. If I sit there and don't engage my brain on whether it's a show or it's a game or it's a book,
You sound like an old man. Just falls asleep in the rocking chair.
you understand. 2 weekends ago, I was up at the cottage. Every afternoon, I okay, we need to separate. Everyone needs to separate because it was a board game weekend. Everyone needs to separate. Like somebody's going to go to the store, somebody's going to go there. I went up, I took a nap. I like went up, I lay down, and I was out. And they're like, how can you like how can you take a nap for like half hour? I'm like, that's just, if I lay down and I turn my head, like I just close my eyes, I'm fucking out. And
that's ridiculous. No,
but that's efficient.
Sometimes it's not a choice though. I hate naps, and I've laid down and had a nap. I love naps,
and sometimes I'll just go late. I'm like, I'm just gonna go turn on my thing for 30 minutes. I'm just gonna go shut my eyes. It's fucking amazing. Naps are great, and you feel so good after them.
See, I don't. That's why I don't like them. Going into the nap feels fantastic. You know, being tired and then just like laying down feels fantastic.
I'm taking a nap right now.
I feel horrible when I wake up.
Don't you only take the naps like when you're really tired though?
I have to be really exhausted to take a nap. Yeah,
that's why it probably feels gross because it's like you haven't, even after your nap, you haven't reached like 8 hours or whatever of sleep.
Yeah, but I also have. I think my body temperature goes up drastically when I'm sleeping.
The hell?
And so I just wake up and I feel like sweaty and disgusting.
Ugh.
So it's really bad. Yeah.
Well, do you wear jeans all day?
Yeah.
You should like.
I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. It's a winter here. Like
no, I wear jeans all summer. I don't wear shorts.
You like, but like even around the house, like just switch to like bum pants.
But it's not even just that though. It's just when I sleep, it goes up and I can't control it. Anyway,
that's weird, man.
Yeah, it's horrible. All right, let's hop into our stories for the week. Star Wars Celebration happened last weekend. Yeah, last weekend.
You're the Star Wars fan.
I'm telling you right now. Last weekend, and a bunch of big things. Obviously, the big thing was the Last Jedi trailer, which I think was a pretty nice trailer.
That poster is awesome.
The poster is fantastic.
I might actually have to get one of those.
Yeah, and I still want to buy the Rogue One poster. I haven't seen the actual theatrical poster for sale.
I don't care about that one.
But yeah, that was the big news. But they also had a Battlefront 2 panel where they showed a new trailer for it, and we got the story content, which there's going to be the full campaign with new characters, which is canon to Star Wars, which is very important for a lot of people. And I'm very excited. And what's unique about this one is they actually get to play through the eyes of the Empire. So you're playing a character called Iden. Where's the name here? Where is the name? Iden Versio or something like that, I think. Yeah, Iden Versio. So she's a commander of an elite squad of stormtroopers. And then they see the second Death Star get blown up, and then it's like what happens after that? You know what I mean? These people love the Empire.
Oh, I should be able to crash the Ewok party.
Just start going in there blasting away. But these people love the Empire, right? They're so devoted to the Empire, and to see their Death Star get destroyed is like the worst thing that can happen to them.
Yeah, real bad.
So it's kind of unique to see what's happening on the other side. We're always following the rebels around, and these guys are the heroes fighting for good, But this means something to these stormtroopers. So I think that's a pretty exciting storyline they're going to follow.
It's sort of something not like it's something unique. It's not like
it's not traditional.
It's not gonna be your like run of the mill.
Yeah, and I was talking to Marty about how I wanted like a Star Wars movie that focused on the Empire and their side of things. Now I wanted it more so with the officers and stuff, like backstabbing and doing like all these dirty tricks to get power. That's the kind of movie I wanted. But this is cool nonetheless. But you guys saw the trailer. What do you guys think?
I never saw the trailer.
Looks good.
You never saw the trailer?
I never saw the trailer. I told you guys that.
No, you should have watched it before we went into this. I don't remember a lot of details from it. I remember I'm like visually though looks nice. Though.
Looks incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like it takes place between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And it looks like it almost might stretch the entire thing because I think they also said you get to play as Luke and Kylo Ren throughout the campaign. So that would have to be during that time period.
Unless you're playing as like a young Kylo.
I don't want to do that.
Ben.
We don't need to see young Kylo Ren. Or Ben, yeah.
When you start out as a kid, it always sucks.
Well, when you take a cool character and then show them as a kid, it kind of ruins
Anakin.
The character Anakin, Boba Fett. Do you know what I mean? They keep doing this. They keep showing younger versions.
But they do it in other games too. Like they do it in AC3. They do it in Horizon Zero Dawn more recently.
Yeah. They did it in Uncharted 3.
Yeah?
Yeah. But that's all right. They're good at story and characters.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about that.
You can do it well. I'm just saying a lot of the times it can go be bad. At least in Horizon, they kind of start you off that way.
Yes, although
So you don't get to know the character before seeing them young. That's my problem. Is you see them, you love the character as it's shown, and then they show you a younger version that doesn't live up to your expectations, and then it's just kind of bad.
I just don't like that that you're always like the kid that's very. You're like a cocky kid all the time usually because you're like a hero or like a strong-minded.
You're supposed to be better than everyone else. Yeah,
that's the thing. And
Yeah.
so you're like, I'm not going to listen to my parents or whatever, and it's like, ugh, it's just stupid. Like I don't know.
And then they also talked about the multiplayer too, because obviously that's a big part of the Battlefront series. And the troopers are going to have classes. So they're actually getting a classes system this time, whereas before it was kind of just choose your loadout and that was it. You'll actually be able to upgrade your classes. You'll be able to upgrade your heroes as well. It's not clear whether you do that in match or like it's a continuous thing, where they level up over time as you play them. And another unique thing is they don't want. There's no season pass. Now that was a big controversy.
I thought EA double backed on that. They said because like whoever said there wasn't going to be season pass. Like apparently they weren't.
It's not going to be a traditional season pass.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
But the problem with the original one, well, first of all, it's way too expensive. In Canada, it was like $80, which is the price of a game.
It's the price. The season pass here, more or less, like most of the time now, is the price, or just $10 off of
Just
what
a
the
little
price of the
bit
game
cheaper
is.
than the game, yeah.
Yeah, I wait for both of them to go on sale, and cumulatively I paid like $37, I think, for everything.
But one of EA's problems is that it dilutes the player base because you have some people who own certain maps and some people who don't, and so they're all playing on different matches, and it's hard to find a match if you don't own all the DLC with all the people who've upgraded.
Yeah.
So I guess they're trying to fix that. I don't know what that means. I don't know how you do that.
So they haven't. They said there's not going to be a traditional season pass, but they haven't like divulged the details.
No. Now whether they're going to give the maps for free and you're allowed to play on the maps, but like there's like character and items and stuff that will be paid for, I don't know.
What was that
idea.
one thing that Connor said? We don't. We haven't confirmed if it works because it wasn't working for us.
Oh, well, he was talking about Battlefield 1, and he was saying that he bought the expansion.
And someone else he was playing with hadn't had it.
And since they were in a party and Connor was the leader, he could take him into the new maps with him.
But the person who doesn't own the content can't level up or something.
They don't get XP or something like that.
Yeah, they can just play.
But we tried that; it didn't work. Now, it didn't say that there's members in your party who don't own the DLC.
There was some sort of matchmaking
error.
matchmaking problem.
Yeah, so we haven't confirmed that. But maybe they could do that. But that still leaves some people behind because you're not always going to have friends. Like I'm probably the only one who's going to get Battlefront 2. But let's say you guys got it as well.
If there's campaign, I'm getting it day one.
But you won't play it for 6 months down the road.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
No.
year and a half.
No, that's absolutely not true because
Year and a half.
because you're going to get it. You're going to play multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to get it?
I have to see it first.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm probably going to get it. I'm going to because like I've already got my fill on the other one.
Right.
So
I think this year my shooter's going to be COD.
Oh yeah, that's not in this story. We should probably talk about that.
I'll bring it up at the end. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll remember.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this, and new Star Wars story content is always appreciated, and I hope they handle it well. It's being written by the writer for Spec Ops: The Line, and a former IGN editor, who's a big Star Wars fan, so that's pretty exciting, and hopefully it's good.
Brief comment on that season pass thing. I just thought of. I wonder if adding something like a microtransaction system is actually more profitable over time. So, like, you know how, like, normally it takes... Like, it's different per game, but, like, normally it takes approximately a year for your... So you have, like, your game come out, and then during that year, or even, starting 6 months later, a year after that 6-month period, your like, content starts coming out. So, a year to a year and a half, all your content started out for that game. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if it would make more money if day one they start offering, like, I don't know, a premium currency or something like that. And then what that allows you to do is have everyone play the game. But, like, for example, in Battlefield 1, this isn't how it is, but those new guns are, I don't know, buy a gun pack for $5. And then the actual content is free.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. I don't know.
Or this is a crazy fucking idea, but bear with me. Or what if they just gave everything for free and fucking updated it like it was Overwatch? Does that?
Well, what's funny is that EA published Titanfall, and all their content is free.
Yeah.
So they're clearly trying to test the methods. Now, what I think the issue with is to get an actual like factual data is very difficult because let's say Battlefield guys want the season pass, right?
Yeah.
So they're more apt to buy the season pass. But let's say Star Wars fans would like microtransactions because they want to buy that gun, they want to buy that suit of armor. Do you know what I mean? You have different audiences playing different games, and so you don't get accurate data on what actually makes more money. Do you know what I mean? And then Titanfall didn't sell as well, so you have a devoted group of fans for that one that's smaller than Battlefield.
What they probably are doing though is they're probably not looking at the overall numbers. They're probably looking at 20% of the Titanfall crew. I don't know whether there's microtransactions. I've never played that game. I don't know what's in there. But hypothetically, if there's microtransactions in Titanfall, it's like 20% of players. They're going to do percent based. 20% of players did the microtransactions. Yeah. Versus because what they're doing probably in Battlefield 1 is they're doing first of all the split player method to an extent. We don't know if that thing that Connor was talking about works. And then they also have the battle packs, which are a couple bucks each or whatever it is.
I don't know who's buying those, but I don't know why you would. I feel bad for the people who did buy them.
That's the thing that kind of sucks too. Is with Star Wars, I could see them selling stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know how if you have the DLC and you're playing even a non-DLC map in the original Battlefront, before you could play as certain heroes when the hero came up. I couldn't because I didn't have it for a while. So I'm wondering if people would do that. Like, I want to play as Darth Maul or something aesthetic. They would buy that.
Yeah. I'd probably buy a few, actually.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if that would actually make more money in the long term. Because people are going to feel better rather than paying $80. They'll be like, I'll pay $5 this month. And then, a new map comes out and you're like, fuck, I want to play as Darth Vader or whatever.
This is an issue that's come up in Canada, too, with the television providers. Whereas, do you want an a la carte type system where you can pick and choose your stations? Is that a better model? Or do you have these bundles where you just give you a bunch of stuff and you pay these massive prices?
What sucks is before we used to not do any of that crap.
Right.
Maybe not in the cable world, but in the game world, it was like you just unlock it. Now it's like, fuck unlocking. Why don't you just pay me $10?
Because I wonder if there was a bundle of weapons, but you only wanted one weapon. Are you really going to buy that bundle? Or if you could buy that one individually, would you have more people buying the weapons they like? Do you know what I mean?
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
Like with the Battlefield, would you say I like 5 of the 10 weapons in this weapon pack? So, but I'm saving. So
it depends. For me, it depends how much that pack, how much the individual gun was, and depends how much that pack was, and depends how many guns were in that pack.
So you'd be doing the calculations, trying to figure out.
Yeah, because I'm thinking back to Helldivers because I bought there were different DLCs that were piecemeal, and then there were some that were combos, and then there's also one mega pack which is everything. And I'm just looking at the different things. It's there's 3 pistols in here. I really want to try this one, but I'm also open up to trying the other 2. So instead of buying these individually, I'll buy the pack for $6 instead of this just one for $3.99.
Right.
So then because for me it's I'll try it, and if I might not like it, I don't care. But at least I have it.
The thing that sucks though is I used to never really buy DLC, but I've been sort of prolonging my game usage. Instead of buying a couple of games, I'll buy play Division for over a year or something. And so the thing is I kind of like having the season pass. Not that I like to pay for it, but I like to just be right. something comes out and I'm just fuck it, I just have it.
It does reinvigorate the game a bit. Yeah,
absolutely, especially in the case of the Division. But just in general, I just want to be this is coming out. I don't have to worry about it. All I got to do is make sure I set my download. And that's it. And then aesthetic items, that's kind of annoying that I don't get some of that, but it's just kind of annoying. It's not like my game's hurting.
I do like the current trend though. Both.
Wait. What? Say that again.
I don't like that in season passes, for example.
The aesthetic stuff. Go back.
No. As I was about to say, so in the Division, specifically in the Division, I have the season pass. I would like to get, because I'm a season pass holder, a few of that premium currency every month as a season pass holder, like I said. And then I could buy aesthetic items. I don't want to have to purchase that currency. I think that as a supporter of the game and as a person who continues to play it, people with season pass should be given some.
Sorry, getting at something else before. All right, nothing. Don't worry about it. It's about our pre-show Overwatch discussion.
Oh, here we go.
It's okay. Just move on. I was about to staple your ass to the wall on a point.
Okay. Jesus.
But no, there's been a current trend in gaming, in the last year, that I've really enjoyed. And I think Battlefield did it. Battlefront did it. The Division definitely did it. And I guess Destiny to an extent.
Where
they have regular updates, which not only just improve gameplay, fix glitches and stuff, normal maintenance, but they also add things. They changed how the game's played. They add maps for free or whatever. I kind of like that. On top of, they also sell you a season pass.
Yes.
But, Battlefront had like a map they gave out. Jakku was a free map that they had. You know what I mean? They put in new weapons and things. So
I can't help though but think, and it's sort of negative, but I can't help but think that is trying to loop me in. It's trying to butter me up to be like, ooh, well, they gave me a free pack, so
you have to remember these are companies, and their main purpose is not necessarily your enjoyment. Their main purpose is making money. So looping you in is what they want to do. Yes.
Yeah, but
if someone doesn't like try to like butter me up a lot or like they try to like they're not being super sleazy with the purchases, I'm more inclined to purchase that content.
Yeah.
But I feel like these things are just like that. I didn't buy that Battlefield or that Battlefront DLC until I got it for like $20 on Boxing Day or whatever it was.
It was 27.
Was it actually? Oh, I didn't buy it digitally.
20.
I bought another disc.
Oh,
because
right.
I bought the in-store Ultimate Edition.
Right.
Yeah.
You should have given that one to Aaron, and then we all could have played Battlefront.
I have a feeling he wouldn't have played that because he was playing Battlefield at the time.
He said he only wanted one shooter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Like again, like I'm going to come back to Overwatch, but it's just like I think they just have like it's very simplistic, and it like when Overwatch first launched, it was like there's one fucking mode, that was it. It was just quick play, and that was it. And then they slowly just introduced competitive, and then arcade, and like everything is free and everything is pushed to you, and their money is coming from these loot boxes. And like I think like EA, because like Titanfall, there seems like I don't know if they have like a loot box system in Titanfall too. Does anyone know?
I've never played it. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
I have the game. I haven't even played it. But just like the loot box system, just I think makes way more sense just because now they're bringing that system that concept in which started up on mobile to the console. Like
microtransactions, but it's almost like a lottery.
Yeah, but there's also a backup though, is because if you don't get what you want, you will eventually. The idea is that the more loot boxes you get, you will eventually start getting duplicates. And every time you get duplicates, you get an in-game currency, which then you can just go buy what you want with in-game. So it's not like you're banking on just the lottery system. There is also a backup plan, like the fucking candies in Pokemon Go. Yeah, there is a way to get there eventually.
It's a good question. It's a weird I don't know, I guess product model that way back in the day, even on PC, we had DLC back then that people always forget because they're expansion packs. You just buy an expansion pack. It's really weird that back then people like didn't mind paying that extra bit, but now it's like they're trying to gouge you at every turn. But then it almost seems like it turns off consumers.
The difference was those expansion packs were like major set pieces, and they were big. Usually. They were big, and they were worthy of their own game. And a lot of times, those expansions were sold as standalone games.
You had to go to the store.
Yeah,
back then you had to go to get the CD. Yeah,
it's just like it's what's one I still I saw it on sale. I was when Ryan sent me the Star Wars sale. It was like Mysteries of the Sith, Dark Forces, Jedi Knight series. It's like that is an expansion of another game, but it's so massive it feels like a game in itself.
Yeah.
Well, the Uncharted, I put DLC in quotes. The Uncharted DLC for Uncharted 4 is its own game. It's a $40 game, and it's about 10 hours worth of content. And they said it's like their biggest like map they've ever made.
That's fine. I think that's fair.
And Infamous did it with what's the one you're playing? First Light. Yeah. So you still get those, and even The Witcher had a whole separate thing where they completely redid the game. All the textures and color were like completely redone, and they said it looked better than the base game. So it still happens where expansions are like feel like their own, game to themselves.
It's strange that these big AAA guys, with the exception of Uncharted, like The Witcher really isn't. The Witcher's AAA, but they're not big like EA, for example. But it's weird that like EA and them are just like they seem to be trying to find ways to just maximize the profit.
Of course,
but I wonder if
they have shareholders who want the constant growth.
Absolutely, but I'm wondering whether it would actually just make more sense if they just said, "Here's a big ass expansion for half the price of the full game."
You're right. It's funny. I wonder what the actual data would show. Being nice and rewarding consumers, or doing all these tricks to trick consumers
because you feel like you're being tricked.
What works better? I don't know.
You constantly feel like you're being tricked.
Yeah. Although EA's come around though since those consecutive years of being the worst company ever. I feel like they've definitely come around.
Bullshit title and acclaim. Like they're not the worst company ever.
No.
I think it was limited to electronics, though, right? Back then, but electronic companies.
No, like because like McDonald's was in there.
I think I think it was everything.
Yeah, she's like it's. They're not doing anything bad. They're literally presenting you a product, and you're the people are stupid enough to go buy it. They're not the worst company in the world. Those customers are the worst customers in the world. That's what's happening.
And there's all these banks that like screwed everyone over during the financial crisis.
BP, like BP should be up there for the next 50 years.
But anyway, yeah. So we'll see how EA does. But in terms of Overwatch, I almost feel like they're obviously owned by Blizzard, and Blizzard's owned by Activision. They probably just have enough money to do something like Overwatch. Not necessarily have to worry so much about profits. I would actually like to see the
numbers to see how much of one of their properties is supporting another.
Right. If they're taking money out of something else like WoW and putting it into Overwatch, that'd be pretty funny.
Probably. Like that makes sense.
Just like how Alberta supports Ontario.
Moving on. Nintendo discontinues NES Classic Edition globally after just 6 months on the market. It's no longer available in North America, and I believe it's also been no longer available in Europe, and I guess globally now.
This is another Nintendo almost had it and then lost it again.
So this is from a statement from Nintendo. Throughout April, territories will receive the last shipments of Nintendo Entertainment Systems for this year. So Adriano, I guess you still have time. If you can find one, maybe. If
I can find one, but like the local retailers around here got like 2 to 3 per shipment when it was new,
and some of them stopped even selling them. Right?
EB doesn't carry them anymore. Yeah. Best Buy claims they do. I got a customer service rep telling me that they're going to be online on like it was a certain Friday. They're like, just you'll add your name to the wish list and you'll get an email. Like they never fucking came in.
Of course.
Their warehouse staff probably bought them all before they even got to the stores.
We encourage anyone interested in obtaining the system to check out the retail outlets regarding availability. We understand that it has been difficult for many consumers to find the system, and for that we apologize. We have paid close attention to consumer feedback, and we greatly appreciate the incredible level of consumer interest and support for this product.
Okay, before you rant,
I'm gonna fucking rant.
From a business standpoint, if I have a product that's constantly selling out,
you are correct.
The first thing I don't do is go, you know what? Let's call her a day, boys. Yeah. And close the factory down.
Just a giant shutdown switch.
Yeah. What the fuck's going on here? Wait, this is like half 10 billion.
And like half assembled ones on the assembly line just like sitting there.
It really doesn't make sense, no.
What are they doing? This is another example of Nintendo going like, we're Nintendo.
I think unless they were super fucking scared of that NES Classic underselling and undermining their own Nintendo Switch. That's the only thing I can think of is if like the sales number came out and said, "Oh, the Nintendo Entertainment System outsold the Nintendo Switch." I think that is what they were fucking scared of.
But the thing is they were both like flying off the shelves because there was some crossover period.
Yeah,
and
about a month.
Both of them are gone. Like you can't find them anywhere, as far as I know. Every Walmart I've ever been to, I go and just check out of curiosity, and the Switches are never there.
Yeah. What's funny too is like I have my criticisms of Nintendo, and I'm not a big fan of their older games. But if I saw a NES Classic on the shelf, I'd probably pick one up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to have as a novelty.
Yeah.
That I would rob it and I take it from you just because I want one. But like, okay, so I don't like to emulate and I don't like to steal games. All right? Mm-hmm. I have pirated very few games in my life. All right? But and like I think I've done my service of buying Nintendo property over and over again, and like I they legitimately put it out, and I will go get it. So why do I get screwed? I was on Reddit.
It is partially your fault because you weren't vigilant enough.
What do you mean? Hold on a second. What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Whenever I want something that I know is selling out, the first thing I do every single morning is check everything. And then I call everybody. And if someone's like, you have to go to fucking this place that's 5 hours away, I don't hesitate.
Hold on.
I get in the car and I go, oh,
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me tell you something. I had a BioShock collector's it's BioShock 2 Special Edition shipped from Ajax.
That's fine.
To Toronto, and I went to Toronto to go get it.
That's
all right?
fine.
So I'm willing to absolutely do that. All right. As for your comment, as in checking ever, I have checked places constantly.
Is it every day?
Yes, every day. All right, over and over again. The part where I failed and I messed up was I decided not to pre-order it. Okay,
I would consider that your mess up, but yes, fair enough.
Yes, I looked at the pre-order. I said there was a pre-order option, and I chose not to do it. And I said they're not going to be like any other system. They're going to be sparse at first, but eventually stock is going to level itself out. But evidently not. And now the only piece of hope that I have, Ryan, in that quote, there was a piece at the end that said, for this year.
Yeah.
Okay. So my only hope is that they smarten the fuck up and they do another run of these later. And maybe they up the game limit because one of the criticisms of this was that there were only 30 games on it. So unless they like decide to do like another 60 game version of this later,
is there
that would screw over the people who bought it though the first time around.
Maybe, but like I'm just hanging on a piece of hope.
But
is that the line was for this year.
But the rumor's out now
that there's going to be a Super Nintendo Classic Edition.
Yeah.
And now this is the part that really fucking gets to me now because I am going to pre-order every single one from here on out. The inevitable N64 Classic Edition that's going to come out.
That will be amazing.
The inevitable Sega Genesis Classic Edition.
Well, wait, we don't know that.
Which Sega says that when they saw the first couple of months of the NES Classic, Sega said that they're going to do their own.
Well, sign me up.
Yeah. So every single one from here on out, I am going to pre-order, and I'm going to I might fucking pre-order too, but I'm going to do every single one. And now I'm going to be missing that first one. All right.
You have to go and you have to pay the $300.
No.
Period. That's it.
If I pay the $300, I'm sending an invoice to Nintendo to pay the difference. I'm going to get that back somehow or another.
That's ridiculous.
All right. That's bullshit.
No, but that's another thing that I do is if it's like whatever, not the day one stuff where people $4,000 for a PlayStation 4, not like anything like that. But if it's something that's specialty and it's like going away or whatever, and someone has it for double the retail price, it's like, well, I guess I got to pay that, and I just pay it.
And here's the thing, so when they first, because this is the confirmation that they're discontinuing it now globally, but there was a rumor about a month ago, all right, and it was like, oh, rumors are that they might be discontinuing it. So I called Nintendo of America support, and I feel bad for the agent that I got because I was very short with them. I said I want a customer service email in which I can send something to, and I want where I can get a response. I want an email where I will be responded to, not even in a timely manner, but I want a response. And they refused to give it to me. And he was like, "What's the situation?" I explained to them my frustration with the shortage of the NES Classic. He's like, but his basis for not giving me the email was that they are not discontinuing it and that they're going to continue to send out supplies and that stores are still going to get stock. And I feel like he just blatantly lied to me.
Well, no, at that time they were though, and
no,
at that time. But
no.
I also had an EB game representative said that it was discontinued.
But also Nintendo said that from the creation of this product, it's always been a limited run in their minds. So they knew about it. They knew that they were going to discontinue it at some point. This isn't something new to Nintendo, but they should have told their customer service reps, not to tell people that it's going to be continued to be sold.
I had Nintendo an official Nintendo customer service rep telling me no, they're still going and they're going to stores are going to get stock again. And not to mention we're above the 49th parallel. We get reduced stock to begin with. Like most stores that I went to or that I called, it was always like, yeah, we got 1, 2. They're immediately out this door. We got 3 today. I'm buying 1 because I'm the fucking manager, and then the other 2 are going to my staff.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, it's like, how unfair is it? And so that a month ago when the rumors were going around, I was like frustrated and I was upset, and but I made peace with it. And I was calm for the most part last week. And believe it or not, this article didn't even make me upset. What made me upset was I was on Reddit, and one of the questions was, or one of the headlines was, my daughter asked me to play. My daughter said she wanted to play the video games that I played when I was young. And I click on the link, and it's an adorable picture. It's a picture. It's like this little girl. She must be like 4 or 5, but she's sitting in her dad's office chair in his office, and on his desk there's a little NES Classic edition plugged into his monitor. And I don't know what game she was playing, but she had the best fucking smile on her face, and that made me upset.
That made you upset.
Yes, it's like,
no.
Why don't I get to have this? Why don't I get to
Jesus
feel that?
Christ.
And now that's what made me upset.
It'd be great if there's a video and then you just come into the house and just take it away from this poor kid.
Like that is what made me upset. It's like I can't like there was just so much joy in her face of just playing like here's her holding the controller. Like I want that. So now I'm gonna fucking call Nintendo, and now I'm gonna yell at somebody again just because I can.
Jesus.
I feel bad. I apologize for whoever representative I'm gonna get, because I'm gonna call them on Monday probably.
Jesus Christ.
I should send this episode to Nintendo
Good.
to warn them.
Good.
If Adriano Petty calls, look out.
This phone number, just hang up.
Yeah.
Don't keep them in the queue forever.
Oh, fucking.
You know what I would love though? I want a little tiny original Atari, just a little tiny one.
I have
I have
remade
the
one?
original Atari.
I want. Yeah, I would prefer one of those, but if I could, I want like an original, brand new, little tiny Atari
I have one of those.
Classic.
They remade those. They did the NES Classic before the NES Classic.
Oh, did they really?
I have one of them in my basement. It comes with a wireless paddle.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It has like 30 preloaded games as well.
So your theory on them worrying about it outselling the Switch, maybe it was right. Maybe it did work because the Switch is Nintendo's fastest selling console of all time. They said they sold 906,000 units in the launch month of March.
Holy
Went on sale
shit.
March 3rd and sold 906,000 units. And it's also the top selling console for March, I believe, beating out both PS4 and Xbox One. Now, obviously, those consoles are 3+ years old.
So everyone has those already.
And obviously, the launch of a new console is always exciting. People get excited. Everyone loves the Switch, you know. But what do you guys think this means for Nintendo? Do you think Nintendo's going to be on a upward path from here
I
on
don't give
out?
a fuck. They can go burn in hell.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ!
Nah, I'm done talking about Nintendo. I'm absolving myself of this story.
Jeez.
Just that angry. Holy crap!
I'm so fucking angry.
Obviously, I think it's already clear that Breath of the Wild is Game of the Year. Everyone seems to have gone nutty over that one.
Yeah.
You haven't played it yet. You bought it, right?
I bought it intending to play it on the Saturday.
Still supporting Nintendo, this guy.
Yeah, I bought it intending to play it on the Saturday after I bought it, but then I ended up getting called into work, and then I haven't had like a good free day since.
Still like to get my hands on a Switch, but I'm not going to buy it.
Not if it's
You
just
have-
a Zelda box.
What, for Breath of the Wild or just a Switch in general?
I just want to feel it, and I want to take the things out.
Oh, you don't want to actually buy it.
Again, it would be a waste of money for me. Buying the Wii U is a waste of money.
You can.
For me, in particular. I'm not saying the console is a waste of money. I'm just saying me buying it was a waste of
I
money.
use my Wii U
Fair
all the time.
So I'm hesitant to buy Nintendo consoles because I just know I won't play them. You know?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool tech, and I want to give it a try. You know?
And I'm calling you out on what on your statement just then. You just said you constantly use your Wii U. Yet like 3 weeks ago on the podcast, you said I hardly ever use it.
I use it for like Castlevania, for like my old like virtual console games. But like an actual Wii U title, I haven't played it in a long time.
Whenever I sign
Because that Castlevania title, I could play it on my Wii, which is also there. I could also fucking play it on an NES Classic, which I don't have. Like, there's a lot of places where you can get it like on a DS or Game Boy.
Whenever I turn on my Wii U just to check for updates or just see what's new, there's nothing new. Adriano is always like the most recently online. Other people will be like, 17 days, 3 months. Adriano is always like within a week or so.
Yeah. That's sad.
Matt, you're never online. You shouldn't even just take it off of your entertainment.
It's plugged in, yeah. I should really just unplug it. It's probably wasting electricity, eh?
Yeah.
That red light's been burning for years. Christ.
Sometimes it turns amber. And then turns
I
back to red.
actually turned that off.
Did you?
Yeah, it doesn't do the.
Do you remember the Wii used to freaking flash
The
a blue
fucking
light?
thing?
And I'm like, what's going on
It,
here?
like, it
Right, yeah.
lights up my entire. I moved it from one room to another because it did that.
My gamepad does that now too.
Yeah,
Whenever there's a new update on it, just
it's not an update; it's a notification.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they. Yeah, that I also turned off too.
and my whole room just lights up at night. Just
Yeah.
bloom, bloom.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So good luck to the Switch. We'll see how it does. Obviously, I guess there's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is coming out on it now soon. And everyone's going excited.
I thought it was. There was. I saw a review today on it
it's,
today.
It's the same, right?
Yeah, but they're calling it like the best Mario Kart ever. It's like this came out already.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So
They've changed some stuff.
I think a lot of the press or like Nintendo, like just punch drunk.
Well, they in Mario Kart's defense,
It's a great game, sure.
it is a great game. They did add stuff to it though.
Yes.
There are new cups and courses, I think, as well as you can finally hold 2 items at once now.
But I just think it's
Or
odd.
again, I should say.
I just think it's odd that it's a fairly old game in terms of current standards. I just think it's odd that like this console had Zelda, that was great, but then the next big game to come out was a game that's already like a couple years old.
Yeah, we got Super Mario Odyssey,
and then
coming up
everyone
in
goes
3
nuts
months.
about it again. You know, it's like on PS4 if I can't think of a good game on
Yeah,
PS4.
if Sony and like or Microsoft did that, they get shit on.
Yeah. So, all right. Here's a fascinating story. Remedy, who famously made Alan Wake and Max Payne, a lot of their games have been exclusive to the Xbox brand, but their next game is coming to PS4, and they're bringing over their next gen engine, which was used on Quantum Break, I believe, and they haven't made a PlayStation game since Max Payne 2 in 2003. So it's been a while for them.
Keep on forgetting that they
I made a PlayStation game. You said?
Yeah, they've been mainly a.
I didn't even know that was on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I think I played some on PlayStation. I keep on forgetting that they made Max Payne, but also I thought the reason why they were Microsoft exclusive.
You thought they owned them?
I thought at some point Microsoft bought them. I thought that they were a Microsoft studio.
I figured that too, but they must have had one hell of a long deal or something.
Fuck.
It's strange now that maybe that deal's up. Maybe they didn't renegotiate. Maybe Quantum Break didn't sell as well as they were hoping.
Maybe a cleaned up version of Alan Wake can come to PS4.
I don't think that's published by Microsoft, isn't it?
Yeah, but so was Mass Effect. That didn't stop them.
Yes,
They
but
just
but
fucking republished it somewhere under.
But that was EA. That's a whole different scenario. Do you know what I mean? I think this might be a little more exclusive, but none of us played Quantum Break, right?
No, I
No,
want
Any
to.
of us even try it?
I want to. My video card's a little under par. I'm
I
gonna.
don't even know what it is. I don't even know if it's a shooter, an action game.
It's
strategy
It's
game.
a good point.
it's an interactive show.
Yeah, but I don't.
what is it?
Matt might be right. There wasn't a lot of advertising in the ways of what the game is and what it's about.
I have no idea what it is.
I can't tell you what it's about or what's happening.
It could be an RTS for all I know.
It's about time travel.
I understand that part,
It's about
but I don't know what the story is.
But what
about-
is it? What type of game
Sean
is
Ashmore.
Yeah.
it? No, Sean Ashmore's on a game type.
It is literally third person cover shooter.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
Or it might even cover shooter. I don't know. Third person action shooter, venture
But
shooter.
with time dilation.
I imagine it plays similarly like Alan Wake,
Yeah.
which is a little bit more sci-fi.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, they're going to be making a new game for PS4. I'm pretty excited because I did like Alan Wake, even though I thought some parts was pretty long. But they seem to be a good studio, so we'll see how their games do on the PlayStation platform. And finally, Ubisoft opens 2 new studios, one working on unannounced AAA project. The first one will be based in Berlin, Germany, and will work closely with Ubisoft on this unannounced AAA project. Hopefully, it's a new. Are we hoping new title from them?
Is it
New IP, or do you want just an old IP?
How many projects, sorry, did you say that they're working on?
Well, 2 studios, one working on a new unannounced AAA project.
Oh, one studio. Okay,
Wait, are we
one of the
still talking
two.
Remedy or Ubisoft?
No, we're on Ubisoft now.
Oh, okay.
Wait. One of the two is working on a new project,
Yes.
and one's working on an existing IP?
I don't know what the other one's working on.
Okay. Well, I want Brothers in Arms back.
Yeah, I was gonna guess you were gonna say that.
Yeah, so... And not Brothers in Arms The Furious 4 either. Although I will take that because it's been so long.
What balance would you guys say you would prefer between new IP and sequels to a game you like?
I think that a game that has waited a long time, especially waited over a gen. Brothers in Arms not quite over a gen. It was on 360, but like later 360. But like if it's been enough time, I think that I would be more excited for that because it's familiarity, but it's going to be such a jump in tech.
Right.
But I think that if it was something like if you gave me like a new Watch Dogs, I wouldn't care just because like it's already been done recently, so it's going to be similar.
Well, games are kind of unique in the way of like movies. Usually, the first one is pretty good. Sequels are usually they're hit and miss, but I would say majority are worse than the original. But games seem to be the opposite, where the first one is rough around the edges, and the sequels where they advance on what they learned in the first one. And the sequels are usually better. I mean, Mass Effect is a clear example. Assassin's Creed, Uncharted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But then there seems to be a point where, like the Assassin's Creed franchise, it grew and grew and grew, and the games got better up until around 3. That's where things started going wonky. Now, 3 in the Assassin's Creed universe is like the 4th game, you know, or 5th game.
5th.
I really like the third one though.
It was good.
The third one's actually probably my favorite.
Yeah,
It was
one
good,
of
but
my
a lot of
favorites.
people don't like it. They like the ship combat. That was great.
Yeah,
But Connor is kind of a boring character.
Connor's boring.
You know.
You're a kid for 3 chapters.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Right. So it's like with this weird balance where the game starts bad, gets better, and then starts going downhill.
I think it's one of these things where the dev gets either bored or they just want to swap it, like like switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna experiment, and we're gonna, in the case of AC3, we're gonna do an angry character, a stubborn character. And in the case of Unity, they decided that they're going to go all multiplayer, and like, I mean, it was buggy as hell, but like talking, if the game was perfect, like it was a much different game than the other ACs.
You had to give them credit though for taking some risks and trying to make it different. They don't always hit their target though. That's the problem. Right?
I think that what they should do though is they should use spin-offs
as their tests,
as they're testing, because what they can do is like, so for example, Black Flag was essentially a spin-off, but it was still AC. But that would have been a test for like, oh, people like the ship combat. They like this, they don't like, I don't know, traveling too far or something, whatever they determine.
Yeah.
And then they could make like, not even AC, they could even make a new IP that's like pirates, and they can use that information, or they can use the information from that to make another ship-based, or not even based around ships, but have more ship stuff in another AC game.
I'm surprised they gave up on the ships. I know they had Rogue. You played ships in that one, right?
Yeah,
But obviously that one wasn't going to sell as well as Unity did.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna show us another AC
This year.
this
At
year.
E3?
I think so.
Oh, absolutely.
They have said that it will come out when it's ready.
That's good. That's really. I was actually thinking the other day. I was thinking about picking up Black Flag for PS4.
Because you never finished it. That was where you lost. You used to love Assassin's Creed. I remember.
I used to love Assassin's Creed, and then
you kind of got screwed over because the console died, right?
the console died twice,
Yeah.
and I lost a save for some reason. I think that was because the console was dying.
And this was before you had PlayStation Plus, so you didn't have a cloud save.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. And we started playing next gen, and the performance is just better.
Yeah.
And I was going back to my PS3 sometimes, and it didn't feel great.
No, yeah.
So
I played Black Flag on 360. But then I played Rogue on PC. But that was a big jump.
did you ever beat that game,
Yeah.
Rogue? Fucking finally. I remember I was ripping
like
on
fucking
you.
months ago.
Yeah.
No, I was
I've heard-
ripping on you months ago on Steam. I was like, bud, get it
Oh,
done.
you want to know why? Because I told you my total play, like my play count.
Too long for that amount of like
Why?
percent
How
complete?
long was your play
Oh, it
count?
was in the 30 hours.
Oh, get
That's
it done,
all right.
bud.
Yeah.
That's all right, especially for how you play games. And
Yeah.
stuff.
I just take my time with it.
Yeah, but I was making fun of how he plays
Let's
games.
see.
Let me guess.
Let's see. My app will tell me how long I've played it.
Let me guess. In that game, is it like Black Flag where you have like an open sea to sail
They
around
had
in?
2 different sea maps. You travel.
Oh, my Lord.
Instead of having multiple city maps, they only had one big city map. But then they had multiple sea maps. You had North Atlantic, and you had what's called river something.
But let me guess. You took your ship and sailed to your locations and never fast traveled.
Oh yeah, I think I fast traveled once. So
Probably 10 hours of sailing the seas.
But I
along.
also I didn't do everything. I only did stuff en route.
Right.
Where's my library?
What are you checking? You're checking the actual playtime?
Yeah, let's see if I can find it.
95 hours or something ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, 34.
34 hours?
34 hours.
So you were actually pretty close when I was beating you up.
Yeah, you bring me up at 31. And every hour got progressively worse with the verbal assault.
Well, back to the new IP thing. Look, you had Guerrilla Games doing freaking what's the game called?
Horizon Zero Dawn,
The one before that.
Killzone.
They did like a bunch of Killzone games, and then Horizon Zero Dawn apparently has been in the works for 6 years. It was first pitched around 6 years ago.
That makes sense because like what? How long has PS4 been out?
3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Years?
So like right around the time they were getting done with Killzone 3, or maybe just working on it at that point. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
But they would think, oh, this is going to be a trilogy, and then I guess they would decide, hey, we need to do something familiar to get used to the PS4. So
I wonder if Sony came in and said we want a Killzone for PS4's
Probably.
launch day. We want that shooter on our console day one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think they hoped it was going to reinvigorate fans and get new fans.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really took off. So it's actually a good move that they switched to Horizon because I think they have a really great new franchise going forward. But yeah, it's amazing that there was this video where they talked about like their origins creating Horizon Zero Dawn. It was originally a shooter because they're a shooter based developer. So you had guns shooting at these these machines and stuff, which is funny. But they said the guns seemed like too loud for that kind of environment.
Yeah, that's weird. Just popping out and just start like unloading at something.
Yeah, so it's cool to see a little bit of an insight into developing a new IP. Last story for the week, which is kind of breaking news for us right now, is Call of Duty World War II.
Hell yeah.
Or WW2 has been confirmed and being announced, I think 26th or something like that, right? Something.
I believe it's said on the title card, and don't quote us. Go look it up. But
okay,
I think
I got it still saved in my camera roll here.
But anyway, so like this is like the teaser for the official reveal. They got a little poster there.
26, yeah.
I think everything else has been leaked, right? Because we saw some sort of
most generic World War II poster I've ever seen.
It's like a teaser, though. That makes sense.
A guy,
you gotta do generic.
He's got. I don't know what that is.
Ah, man, I'm gonna pre-order it. I'm gonna buy the season pass.
Really?
Fuck yeah!
You're that excited
because like gotta do it.
Someone was it was on like a podcast or something, but someone was saying that they could do Call of Duty : World War II, Call of Duty : Korea, Call of Duty : Vietnam.
They might.
They could have a whole series where they just redo a bunch of wars. But I want it historically accurate. I don't want necessarily their own story in World War II. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think they'll do. I think they'll follow generally what the history was.
Yeah. Well, they said when they said they're going back to their roots, does that mean they're going to be like following platoons and stuff like they used to?
Probably, I would say it's exactly like that.
It would be weird if they made up kind of stuff. Although Battlefield 1 kind of did it in their campaign.
Battlefield 1 had their own stories. I thought those stories were based on the journals that were written and the letters written.
Were they?
I'm pretty sure. Obviously, there's going to be some fluff because it's a game.
Yes,
right?
obviously, yeah.
But the thing with Call of Duty, the thing I'm most worried about is the multiplayer. I want the old COD multiplayer, and I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get he has a radar plane. Oh, here we go.
Heartbeat sensor.
Yeah, we got a heartbeat sensor. What's that?
Yeah.
Because you're in World War II, you're not going to know what the hell that is. And the thing is they're going to have to, if they do that, they're going to have to fluff it up a bit because obviously I don't think they're going to do heartbeat sensors. I hope, but
no.
but the thing is what do you give you? What do they give you in World War II? This bayonet's shinier than the last, boys.
Yeah, that's what Battlefield 1 did though was there's obviously they didn't use a lot of the weapons you see in the game. A lot of them are like prototypes or ideas.
Yeah.
So I guess they could do that. I don't know. I don't know how many weapons were available really during World War II.
Quite a bit.
You always see the infantry with the Thompson. You know what I mean?
The Thompson. You got the M1 Garand.
Yeah. The typical stuff.
You got the M1 carbine, M1A1 carbine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want it to be traditional multiplayer, and they may do that. It won't be, though, no. But they might do that because they said it goes back to the roots. And the reason why I mention that is because in the Battlefield world, what we're seeing is that if you just go over to the left in the menu, you're seeing all the Battlefields there. Mm-hmm. You're seeing Battlefield 4, you're seeing Hardline coming soon, and you're seeing Battlefield 1, obviously. So I'm wondering whether they want to do the same thing, and they're going to offer a shooter platform. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be like, play Infinite Warfare, play the other, I don't know, Black Ops or something, play, World War II. So World War II will be more traditional. So you won't be as, crazy and all this crap. Because they had quite a bit of things in, was it World at War? But it was still a hell of a lot more grounded than Infinite Warfare is. Mm-hmm. So
World at War felt weird. I didn't like that. The vibe.
I didn't like that game. Yeah,
the vibe it gave off was just strange.
It was trying to be competitive shooter, but also historic.
And I'm not sure because we were just playing the Russians, and it was just, you know what I mean.
You played the Russians in the other games.
No, but this one was like a real gritty, dirty. Reznov was like this like kind of angry kind of guy and stuff. It was weird. Just strange.
The Pacific part wasn't great either. I found I was really excited for it. It kind of didn't. I didn't like it.
It didn't feel like a Pacific either. It just was weird.
Just shooting guys in trees, and that was really it.
Yeah.
But when will we know that? 5 days. So hell yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Time to get your $80 out, kids.
$80, Christ.
92 something.
But you're right. The multiplayer has sped up so much. I reinstalled the Infinite Warfare just to try the multiplayer out because I never did when I played the campaign. It's so fast now, and I was playing Modern Warfare, the remastered one.
Yeah.
The online felt so calm.
Yeah.
That's
the thing is we've been playing these games where, like Titanfall, for example, you're jumping off things, you're parkouring, you're doing a back shot, and you're flipping up and down, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
It's literally like watching a movie today, like The Avengers or something.
Yeah.
And going back and watching like an old movie in like the 40s. Completely different.
It's so slow,
Yeah, it's incredible. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's the show.
Wait, we got to do the query corner.
You got one.
Yeah, we were yelling about it earlier.
Well, we're out of time.
We're out of time, but we're gonna tack it on.
Well, what is it?
All right, Adriana, you ready for this?
No.
This is the Overwatch argument. So these guys were playing Overwatch, and they're saying, "Oh, I got to play this mode, this PvE mode, because it's an event, and it gives me this exclusive, skin or whatever the hell it gives you." And then
it doesn't give it to us. It gives us an exclusive spray.
Okay, regardless,
it gives us the opportunity
we're doing
lottery for a costume.
Okay, so that's even worse. And then you have things like these events and Heroes of the Storm and stuff and all this crap. So what I'm saying is, I think that it's starting to get ridiculous.
No, it's not.
Events do reinvigorate the game. Key example: Pokemon Go. Well, we're going to give you more candy, less walking for buddies. That's fine. That's fine. That's fair. That's all stuff that you can still get in the game.
Not the
holiday and not the Pikachu hat.
But you were out there doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you were.
No, because I'm a big enough fan of that. But what I'm saying is it's starting to get to the point, not necessarily Pokemon Go, but in general, where it's like a chore. Oh, this week I have to do Overwatch because there's an event. Next week I have to do Heroes of the Storm because there's this. This week I have to run around and find Pikachus. Next week I got to run around and find Gyarados.
So your complaint should be with the events in general, not with Overwatch.
No, Overwatch sparked it. I'm complaining in general. The complaint
Overwatch
is general.
didn't spark it. There have been events in video games for a while.
No, it sparked my comment.
Okay,
because when I came down here, I was like, because what happens is last night, for example, we were playing, or you left. And Marty and Ryan were continuing to play Overwatch. Mm-hmm. And I went on and I said, if you guys want to switch, I'll jump on some Battlefield. And we did. But Marty was like, oh, tomorrow I guess I'll have to get my loot boxes. And I was just thinking to myself, like, this is ridiculous. It's like a chore. Like, by tomorrow, I have to have this loot box. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, when did this become a chore? In Battlefield 1, sure, there's battle packs. And sure, there's, like, unique dog tags. But really, it's like, our matchmaking started messing up last night in operations. If there was an exclusive skin or something that people cared about in that game, we'd be like fighting for that skin and fighting for the matchmaking so we could get that skin or whatever the hell it is. But instead, we were like, whatever, and we just went and played War Pigeons.
What is your question for me?
My question for you is: do you think that it's ridiculous, or do you agree that there are chores, that the game is starting to become like chores? And does that not take away from just I want to do a quick match, I want to do this, I want to do that?
I agree with you that there are a lot of events. I agree with you that it can feel like chores, but only if you are forcing yourself. Only if you're forcing yourself to do it. But the thing is, though, nobody's holding a gun to your head or to Marty's head, telling them that they have to do the loot boxes.
No, but no one's holding a gun to anyone's head or whatever. But the thing is events are cool. Events are cool because they give you something. That for your game, like something like an MMO, events in those games make sense because people are playing those and grinding those and doing whatever for hours and hours, days and days. But in games like this, it just seems like, oh, I want to play, a quick round of Overwatch, but I have to do this mode because it's going to give me this particular thing. Like
whoa, no, but here's the thing though. So in Marty's case with the loot boxes, he just needs arcade wins. He doesn't need to play that Uprising mode, or he doesn't need to play Capture the Flag, or he doesn't need to play Elimination, or he doesn't need to play All Heroes. He can play any one of those.
No, but why is it that there needs to be a chore where they give you like this bonus loot box?
Because it is a loot box. Because the only other option, if Marty says, I don't want to play this game, I don't want to play this right now, but I really want this loot box right now, his only solution is to give him money and to go buy it. So why not go and just play the game in which he wants to play anyways and also get a loot box for it?
I think it makes sense for the diehard fan of whatever it is. No.
Are you in the check?
No, for the diehard fan. But the problem is that usually the loot or the item that they're giving you as a part of an event is enticing enough that the people who are just, casuals at the game, they'll want to play it. So, for example, Pokemon Go. You and I ran out there during, like, really fucking cold weather in the middle of the winter to go get that holiday. Like, we'd be considered one of the hardcore Pokemon Go players. We run out there, we do the events, we do stuff, we did Easter, everything.
All right. I feel like you're just arguing my point.
No, but people who when they go to the park, they'll fire up Pokemon Go. They don't necessarily care, but it sucks for them, and like it's like thrown in their face, especially when they open the app, that they're not getting your party hat Pikachu, your holiday hat Pikachu, your whatever.
Well, here's the thing though. Let's say you were a casual Overwatch player, and you just played quick matches.
Okay,
right? You will level up just by playing the game. When you level up, every time you do, you get a loot box.
But you're getting less loot boxes.
The loot box gives you items, and in terms of the events, one is guaranteed to be a new item from that event.
That's fair. In the case of Overwatch, that's a good move, I think.
So if you're just casual, you're going to get loot boxes regardless. If you want to put in a little bit more effort, you can play the arcade mode, where they give you weekly loot boxes after 3 wins. Up to 9 wins.
And I think because that's a norm, maybe that really shouldn't be considered.
And not to mention, every time a new mode is premiered, on your first one, they also give you a loot box.
So then specifically then on PvE then. Because that weekly thing is always there, that's not really an event. It's like, I missed this week, so I'll get it next week.
Yeah, and because the modes within arcade will shuffle out.
But like this exclusive, what is it? The exclusive spray. Like stuff like that drives me insane.
First of all, the sprays are not the most desired thing.
Yeah.
Those are for the hardcore players like Adriano.
Yeah.
That's why he's doing it.
Yeah. Because like
the casual player doesn't give a crap about that spray.
I was telling Ryan and Marty, but they didn't even know that there were conditions put on the sprays. Most people don't even look through the sprays. Like that's just shit for me. The guy who really likes Overwatch.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe Overwatch is handling it a bit better.
I'll tell you, everything that Overwatch is doing is handling the best way any company could be handling any of those.
But
every other video game company trying to do any sort of online multiplayer or any sort of loot-based system should be looking at Blizzard.
Well, okay, fair enough. And I haven't played Overwatch, so I can't really comment to that.
You should be.
I don't like those type of games. But regardless, like Ryan, you probably ran into this with the mobile games. Where you get bored of a mobile game. Now I don't know about you, but when I get
mobile games they're scumbags.
No, but when I get bored of a mobile game, it's because like I was unavailable on like a Tuesday, and then Tuesday had like double loot boxes, and I didn't have like an hour to spare that day, so I got fucked over. And then now, if I want to get that item, I have to pay $65, and then I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid, and then I just uninstall it.
Yeah, see, like going back to Overwatch and that $65 alternative is they wouldn't let you do that. They wouldn't say, well, you missed it. But hey, if you want to give us $65, you can get this item. That's not even an option. They don't even want your money. They just wanted you to be involved in Overwatch during that time.
It sounds like Overwatch of them all is handling it better.
Even if you tried, they wouldn't take it.
But it does. But there is a increasing, I don't know, attitude, I guess, of things that are becoming like chores. WoW has it where I gotta do my dailies.
Not to mention,
it's just like Jesus
Not
Christ.
to mention the loot, that arcade and those extra loot boxes were not a Blizzard thing. Like that arcade system and competitive wasn't even in there. And they probably wouldn't have been in there, but people wanted, like the players wanted it. They wanted an opportunity. They wanted a way to get more loot boxes more often. So that's when they actually introduced it because people were complaining.
And actually, the PvE thing, which Adrian was playing through for the sprays,
Yeah.
that was added because the people wanted more PvE stuff.
Yeah.
They've said we're primarily PvP, and we don't expect to be doing a lot more PvE stuff. But since people love the previous one we did so much,
Junkenstein,
they decided to do another one.
Yeah.
Okay, well then for you, Ryan, then does it suck for you that you didn't get your one of your
skins?
One of your Pikachus in Pokemon Go?
Yeah, it sucks.
You know what I'm saying?
But
that's annoying. Like it.
But it's not the end of my life though. That's the thing.
No, but nothing in a game is supposed to be the end of anyone's life. But I'm just saying, as like a general like attitude towards something that's supposed to be recreational, it's like, God damn it! Like, you know what I mean? Like for example, we went out during the water event. There was supposed to be a raised spawn rate for the fucking Magikarp, the shiny Magikarps. We didn't get it. I'm not gonna go home and freak out. But it's fucking annoying that it's like, well, there it goes.
But in the event of Pokemon Go or even Overwatch to a point, I don't have a problem with them bringing it out again later. If they said, "Hey, we're going to bring out the Party Hat Pikachu," or "We're going to bring out the Christmas items again," I'm okay with that. As long as they don't offer it up in a non-event and they don't let people get it in regular loot boxes, and as long as they don't let people buy it whenever they want. If they just said, okay, we'll just unlock it and make those items considered like regular items and you can get them whenever you want, that would make me upset. But if they said we're gonna reissue this Christmas event this Christmas, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm just gonna play it again anyways. It doesn't matter.
You know what I think my problem is? My problem with this is back in the day when you wanted something that was like super special in the game, you would work toward it, and you would, you have to get a certain amount of gold or a certain amount of money or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. You have to get a certain amount of that, and you're slowly but surely building up toward it.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's either there's a lottery.
You just described Overwatch, but just continue.
No, but I didn't though.
Yeah, you did.
No, just hold the phone. But nowadays, it's like, oh, I have to play at this point. I have to do this, or it's all lost. Oh, there's a higher chance of this happening now. Like I'm being forced, not literally forced, but like I'm being pushed toward. You should do this, this week right away, and really you should spend this $3.
Again, they want you to play the game.
No, absolutely.
This tactic is to make you play the game.
Absolutely, but I'm saying that it's getting to be too much.
But okay, so how would you
remedy this?
Them to get you to play the game.
What I'm saying, okay, Pokemon Go aside, because it's like a real life interaction game. That game aside, I would say that they just have to have double XP weekends.
That's not enough though.
But
that would not make me go out.
But now you're saying it's like, okay, double XP weekends. But now you're saying like, oh, so now you have to play it at a certain time to get this double XP weekends.
But what it is, it's like I'm not going to level up.
Now you're discriminating against because what about if I can't work because I can do it because I work only on weekends?
No, but that's fine though because now wait a second, that's fine though because normally as you level up, it gets harder to level up. So as you're progressing, somebody may have progressed faster than you, but they're still going to struggle at a higher level. It's a little bit different than being like, oh, here's like 6 or 7 of these loot boxes.
Okay, hold on. No. But the difference is though, it may be harder to level up or may be able to do that, but you're never stopped. By me just playing Pokemon Go, me leveling up and me getting XP is a byproduct of me just doing it.
Yeah,
me playing Overwatch, me getting loot boxes, and then me getting gold to buy the things in which I'm not getting in said loot boxes is just a byproduct of me playing the game. That's it.
But Overwatch, like you said, they have the exclusive, like the Olympic thing, where it's like, oh, we're gonna like hide that. Like that's fucking annoying.
Those are meant to reward the people who actually came and played.
I know that
just like the shiny Magikarp or the fucking Squirtles or whatever.
I know that that's their tactic, but does that not seem like another tactic, like the microtransaction?
Okay, but how else do you propose that? Then they want people to play their game.
I want them to give us a very hard goal to do, but you can do it at any time,
forever.
Like,
but no. Do you know what happens then?
What?
It'll spike for that first week, and then disappear. They want new events, constantly getting people back into the game.
And Overwatch does have one. It's called competitive.
What?
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like back in the day, if you were playing an MMO and it was like super hard to get some armor, and I know some MMOs it's all drop rate, but it was super hard to get to that you know, that one thing. So you're like constantly like, I don't know, a lot of times people have like aesthetic items like titles, for example, in WoW. So they have to, you know, do a bunch of dailies or whatever the hell they have to do. And it's like an objective that is, you know, if they do 10 today and they leave for 10 months, they still have their 10 of 50 done or whatever the hell it is, and they can continue doing it. Like you're, and then when you get it, it's like, whoa, that guy did 50 dailies. That's pretty cool. But like in the back of your mind, you know, hey, I can do 50 dailies, but I'm not dedicated enough. And that's fine. It's not like, fuck, I can't get that thing now. That's just annoying. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I don't know if I agree with it.
You love the loot boxes. They're kind of scummy. They're kind of scummy, man. Because everyone's doing it.
No. The difference is,
and I'm not saying I'm saying loot boxes in general. Yeah, not just Overwatch.
I know. You're talking about the loot based system, the random loot based system.
Absolutely.
No, but the difference is that I am not blocked. Short of the special events, everything in the regular roster, everything in the regular list, I am not blocked from getting it. Okay, it is a system that is designed saying that if you were just to open up loot box after loot box, you will eventually, just based off sheer mathematics, you will eventually start hitting doubles. It's like when you start hitting doubles, you get in-game currency. Not to mention that as an actual item, instead of a spray or emote or skin or whatever, you can also get currency. And the highest level I think is 500 per. So you just get that currency and then you just go get what you want. What my point is though, they're not ever stopping you from getting it. There is always a way to get it. And again, Pokemon Go, that buddy system is that is the exact same thing. It's just on a different platform in a different game. It's yes, our old way was blocking you. There was a wall, but this new system is, even though it's going to be slow moving, you will eventually you can do what you want to do. There is a way to get what you want, and you technically do not have to pay us money to do it. That's the difference.
And that's episode 171.
That does not feel scumbagish to me. That feels generous because they don't have to do that. They could have just said, "Oh, doubles or duplicates you don't get it for. You just have to get lucky and get it." Well, then that would be insane.
I will say that from your description, from your description, it sounds like Overwatch is trying to not be scumbagish.
Yes, absolutely. I have never played that game or looked at a game and felt like they're just gunning for my wallet. They don't push loot boxes in my face. They don't ever say, they never make me feel like I'm absolutely missing out if I don't give them money right away or if I don't have that item.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. That's it. Episode 171 up on the iTunes and the YouTube.
Hell yeah.
And we'll see you guys next
week. And on
the
Google Play.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. It's up there too. See ya.
Peace.